Part 1. The Turning Point. How Discipline Becomes Freedom. There's a moment in every person's life when they realize that motivation isn't enough. You can't wait to feel ready. You can't wait for the perfect time, the perfect plan, or the perfect mood. Because the truth is, you'll never feel ready. Success belongs to those who act even when they don't feel like it. That's the real secret of high performers. They've mastered something far more powerful than motivation. They've mastered discipline. Discipline is the bridge between intention and action. It's what separates dreamers from doers. It's the skill that makes everything else possible: growth, confidence, success, peace. And once you flip the discipline switch in your mind, everything in your life changes. 1. Why motivation? Fails motivation feels good, but it's unreliable. It's like a spark that lights fast and dies faster. One day you feel unstoppable, ready to conquer the world. The next, you can't even get out of bed. That's because motivation depends on emotion, and emotions change every single day. Discipline, on the other hand, doesn't ask how you feel. It asks, what needs to be done? Successful people don't rely on being in the mood. They rely on systems. They rely on consistency. They rely on habits that make action automatic. You don't rise to the level of your motivation. You fall to the level of your discipline. When you stop chasing motivation and start training discipline, you begin living with power, not emotion. 2. The power of identity. Seeing yourself as a disciplined person. Before you change your habits, you must change how you see yourself. You don't need to become disciplined. You need to start seeing yourself as someone who already is. Because your actions will always follow your identity. If you keep saying, I'm lazy, I'm inconsistent, I always quit, you're training your subconscious to keep you stuck. But if you start saying, I am disciplined, even before you fully are, your mind begins to align with that identity. You act like the person you believe yourself to be. This is how discipline starts. Not with willpower, but with belief power. Decide who you are, then act accordingly. 3. Make action automatic. Build systems, not feelings. Discipline thrives on structure. Most people fail not because they lack goals, but because they lack systems that support those goals. Your brain loves predictability. It wants to conserve energy. So the less thinking your habits require, the more consistent you'll be. If you want to exercise daily, don't try harder. Lay your clothes out the night before. Pick a fixed time. Make it a non-negotiable event. If you want to write, schedule it the same way you would a meeting. Systems remove decision fatigue. And when you eliminate choice, you eliminate excuses. Your mind learns, when the time comes, we act. No debating, no negotiating, no waiting. That's how ordinary people create extraordinary results, not through bursts of motivation, but through routines that make discipline easy. 4. The 5-minute rule: overcoming resistance. The hardest part of anything is starting. Your mind will do everything it can to stop you before you begin. It will whisper, "You're too tired. You'll do it later. It's not the right time." But the moment you begin, the resistance starts to fade. That's where the 5-minute rule comes in. Tell yourself, I'll just do this for 5 minutes. Write for 5 minutes. Clean for 5 minutes. Exercise for 5 minutes. Once you start, momentum takes over. 5 minutes turns into 15. 15 turns into an hour. The trick isn't to finish. It's to start. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. So the next time you don't feel like doing something, don't think, start. Let motion defeat emotion. 5. The truth about feelings. You don't need to feel good to do good. Here's a truth most people don't want to accept. You don't need to feel disciplined to act disciplined. You don't need to feel confident to speak. You don't need to feel inspired to work. You don't need to feel brave to take action. Action doesn't come after confidence. Confidence comes after action. Your mind loves comfort. It's wired to keep you safe. But safety doesn't equal happiness. It equals stagnation. Every time you act despite resistance, you teach your brain a powerful lesson. I can feel discomfort and still move forward. That's how discipline rewires your thinking. It makes action your default, not hesitation. 6. The emotional trap. How excuses masquerade as logic. Your brain is brilliant at creating justifications. It will rationalize every excuse to keep you in the comfort zone. I'll start tomorrow. I need more time. I don't have the energy. But all these excuses have one thing in common. They protect your comfort, not your growth. Every time you buy into an excuse, you strengthen your inner resistance.
Every time you act in spite of one, you strengthen your self-trust. Discipline grows when you stop negotiating with your mind. The moment you catch yourself overthinking, say, "This is my mind trying to keep me safe, not successful." And then, move anyway. Conclusion of Part 1. Discipline isn't about punishment, it's about power. It's the art of aligning your actions with your highest self. When you master discipline, you master your mind. And when you master your mind, you master your life. Motivation is fleeting. Discipline is forever. Start small. Stay consistent, and one day, you'll realize, you didn't just change your habits, you changed who you are.
Final part. The unstoppable you. How to stay disciplined for life. By now, you understand what discipline really is. It's not willpower, not motivation, not punishment. It's self-respect in motion. You've learned how to start, how to act despite emotion, and how to make discipline a habit. Now comes the most important part, how to sustain it for life. Because building discipline is one thing, keeping it alive every single day, that's mastery. 1. Fall in love with the process, not the outcome. Most people quit because they chase results. They want fast progress, visible change, instant proof that it's working. But true growth hides in repetition, in the boring, invisible days when no one claps for you and nothing seems to move. That's when real discipline is born. Winners don't love results. They love the process. They've learned that showing up is the victory. If you can fall in love with the act of doing, you'll never lose. Make your daily habits sacred. Turn them into rituals. The more you value consistency, the faster success finds you. Because success is never a single moment. It's a collection of disciplined days stacked together. 2. Remember your why. Discipline fades when your why gets blurry. Every morning, remind yourself why you started. Why does this matter? What will your life look like if you stay consistent? And what will it cost you if you don't? When your why is strong, your how becomes simple. You'll stop asking, "How do I stay disciplined?" and start saying, "I can't afford not to be." So write your reasons down. Look at them every day. Let your purpose pull you forward when your strength fades. 3. Accept boredom and repetition. You won't always feel excited. You'll get bored. You'll crave variety. You'll want shortcuts. That's when most people give up. And that's exactly when you need to push through. The greatest performers, athletes, and thinkers don't rise because of motivation. They rise because they mastered repetition. Repetition builds skill, skill builds confidence, confidence builds results. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be consistent enough to let discipline do its work. 4. Discipline is a muscle. Train it. Daily, just like any muscle, discipline grows through use. Every small act of control, waking up early, choosing water over soda, saying no when it's easier to say yes, strengthens your self-control. Every time you win a small battle, you prepare for the bigger ones. Start small, but stay relentless. Your brain will adapt. Your identity will shift. Soon, the things that once felt impossible will feel natural. That's the power of progressive self-mastery. 5. Rest. But don't quit. Discipline doesn't mean burnout, it means balance. You're not a robot, you're human. Resting isn't weakness, it's strategy. But here's the key difference. Rest when you need to, not when you feel like it. There's a time to pause and a time to push. Learn the difference. Take breaks to recharge, not to escape. Then get back up and move forward again. Remember, the disciplined person doesn't never fall. They just never stay down. 6. Forgive yourself. Quickly you'll slip up. You'll miss a workout. You'll procrastinate. You'll break a streak. That doesn't mean you've failed. It means you're human. The key is to forgive fast and return faster. Most people ruin their progress not by failing once, but by giving up after they fail. The moment you catch yourself falling off track, don't shame yourself. Reset. Say it out loud. That was one bad day, not a bad life. Then start again. Discipline isn't perfection. It's persistence. 7. Surround yourself with discipline. Your environment shapes your behavior more than your intention does. You can't stay disciplined if you're surrounded by distractions, negativity, or people who normalize laziness. Be around those who challenge you, who expect the best version of you. If you can't find that circle, build it. Follow disciplined people online. Listen to voices that remind you of who you want to become. Fill your environment with triggers that pull you forward. Books, reminders, vision boards, goals. Energy is contagious. So is discipline. 8. Make discipline your identity. This is the final stage, the moment when discipline stops feeling like effort. You're no longer trying to be disciplined. You are disciplined. It's who you are. It's in your choices, your habits, your lifestyle. And once it becomes identity, you don't fight with yourself anymore. You don't debate whether to take action. You just act. You don't wait for motivation. You move because that's who you are. The discipline switch is now permanently on. 9. The freedom on the other side. Most people think discipline means restriction. They're wrong. Discipline doesn't take your freedom away. It gives it back. When you're disciplined, you're in control of your life.
You're not a slave to impulses, moods, or distractions. You earn peace because your mind trusts you. You earn confidence because you follow through. You earn freedom because you've mastered yourself. That's the reward of daily action, a quiet, unstoppable inner power that no one can take away.